I think it's well past time we return to Argentina on Bootleg Zones, and what better way to do so than with these two head-swapped weirdos. Oh my gosh! Ninja Turtles! Ninja Turtles on Bootleg Zones? Well, I never! Well, that was stupid, turning this video off. My apologies, we need to be super serious about subjects like a bootleg Raphael with a Michelangelo head. And what is probably the best and likely only Bucky O'Hare Ninja Turtles mashup bootleg. So the card back is a super basic version of the original Ninja Turtles card back. We still have the super basic version of the origin story that they would show on the Playmates card back. But for figures, all we're shown is the 4 turtles and Splinter and Shredder. No company names or anything, just a marking for Industria Argentina in the lower right. The copy jobs on these cards was kinda all over the place. Clearly something got misaligned when they were copying this card back, so everything has a weird ghosting shadow effect. It almost looks like you're supposed to slap on a pair of 3D glasses to look at this. Now, there are just a lot of Ninja Turtles bootlegs that were made in Argentina, and it's kinda tricky with some of them to say what is part of the same bootleg set or not. But there seems to be a set that strictly uses bootlegged Raphael and Michelangelo card backs for every character. And of course, as I've talked about before, the original Ninja Turtles card backs would have unique art for each character. They would also have the character's name on the side, and not just a white strip covering up where the name should be. I guess they just really didn't know what to call this guy, since he's a bootleg of 2 different figures in one. But I guess we're comfortable with calling the Raphael body with the Michelangelo head Raphael. I mean, sure, why not? So we've copied just about everything off the original cards here, just, not the Playmates logo. These figures both come with the classic TMNT weapon tree, with the Raphael Michelangelo guy coming with Raphael's weapons, which makes enough sense. And Mr. Blank Gator coming with a gray version of Leonardo's weapon tree, though the color and which weapons would come with this guy seem to be random. Now, even though these bootlegs don't have a company attached to them, I do think I know where they came from because I talked to the seller I got these off of, who told me a lot of the Ninja Turtles bootlegs came from a Juan Sulik. This Juan Sulik and his company, while responsible for some bootlegs of things like Ninja Turtles, I guess were also responsible for some official imports of figures, like RoboCop and the Ultra Police, which you can find Jay Sulik on. I'm guessing because the RoboCop and the Ultra Police figures were actually officially licensed is why his name is on those ones and not here. But as far as the seller knew, there was never any legal trouble with any of the Ninja Turtles bootlegs this guy produced. And another notable characteristic of these particular bootlegs is the bubble is always just attached to the card with staples, where the official figures, of course, had the bubble attached with an adhesive. You can also notice how much clearer the artwork is on an official card next to these copy job bootlegs. And, I don't know, just for some reason, Space Usagi seems like a particularly appropriate figure to show next to this bootleg. These bootlegs are out of this world! I do like the comparison as well with these 2 card backs, with this one just overflowing with figures and information, and then this one with just 6 figures. So of course our weird Mr. Unnamed figure is a combination bootleg of Mondo Gecko and Negator from Bucky O'Hare. I don't know why these crazy people decided they needed to take Mondo Gecko's body and slap Negator's head on it, but I guess I'm glad they did. And if you're curious, yes, they did make a standard Mondo Gecko bootleg in this line, which did come with his skateboard instead of the weapon tree like the Negator hybrid one. The skateboard bootleg could also come in yellow or orange. And that, of course, makes a lot of sense because the original skateboard was green. But hey, the wheels are kind of orangish, so close enough. Time for the fusion dance with the one figure actually having a picture. Fusion! Ha! Aha! Why do I exist? So, the first issue I have with this figure is the legs and the fact that, I don't know if they really have articulation. Like, there might be a peg in there, but it also just feels like I'm twisting plastic a bit. Oh, hey, there we go, and, Negator's head came off. Here's how you make this bootleg, guys. Mondo Gecko body, Negator head. Boop! Ta-da! It's a new character! Your favorite character! No one! So, Mondo Negator does come with the Mondo Gecko tail, but, as you can see, the tail attaches quite differently than the official figure. So on the official one, it's like this little plastic hook thing to make it kind of like a ball joint once you stick the tail on. On the bootleg, it's just a hole, so once you pop the tail in, if you can, will this tail go in his butt? This is good stuff! Shove it up your ass, alligator Mondo! So, I really don't know if this tail will go in his stupid butt or not. His head will certainly pop off before his tail will go in. Man, all the kids in Argentina who really wanted Mondo Negator were probably quite disappointed they couldn't get a stupid tail on his butt. Perfect. Oh, never mind. I thought it was perfect. I did it. I put dents in my finger. Oh wait, there. It's close enough. Stupid tail. I don't care anymore. I did it, guys! I got his head up his ass! Also, yeah, one of his arms fell off, too. These are the best bootlegs ever. But will he hold his weapons? Let's find out. Nope. Well, it is kind of nice to actually get these weapons in gray. You can feel that the plastic is a bit cheaper than the Playmates stuff. But of course, these aren't the worst knockoff Playmates accessories we've seen. So yeah, honestly, kind of hard to tell the difference between these two figures, isn't it? And also, just to show you, his head really does fit up his ass a lot easier than the tail will. So I'm pretty sure there are supposed to be peg joints at the legs here, but the way it feels more like I'm twisting the peg rather than these moving on the peg, so they just eventually snap off if I keep moving them a lot. So while I can't get his tail to pop in properly, I can sort of get stuck to his butt, which is the best way I can get this idiot to stand since his legs don't want to move right. Mondo Negator, you failure! Now let's examine Raffaelangelo. He looks perfect. 10 out of 10. Episode over. Oh, he fell over. Never mind. I love how the head and body colors don't even match at all. It's like maybe they just ran out of Raphael heads or Michelangelo bodies and then decided to make these monstrosities. So Raffaelangelo, of course, has the dark green head with the light green body and an orange headband with red knee pads. Kind of amazingly, especially with what a mess Mondo Negator was, we've still got the twisting arm joint at the elbow. But of course, the 1988 Playmates information has been removed from the shell. The arms on the bootleg look especially bare since they haven't bothered to paint the wristbands and elbow pads. Another surprise about these bootlegs is, though, we've actually retained the ball joint on the legs, not turned them into a peg joint or whatever. And you can see the side holders on the belt are a mess. And don't worry, Raffaelangelo's joints will also easily pop out. And I hope you love Plastic Overrun. Raffaelangelo's got it pouring out of his seams. Wow, look at that not sloppy at all head paint job. Great! You know, I'm probably not being fair to this figure. It really is an engineering wonder for them to have stuck a Michelangelo head on a Raphael body. Another thing you can notice when you stick Raphaelangelo next to the original figures is he's suffering from a bit of shrinkage. Arrgh! Not painted. You know, Mondo Negator doesn't have any holes in his feet so he can peg onto the skateboard, so I'm sure that works well with, the Mondo Gecko bootleg. The pose Mondo Negator is stuck in with his knees kind of turned in just makes it look like he really needs to go pee. There's some bad warping going on the left foot of Raphaelangelo, and then it's black on the end of his toe here, like they burnt the plastic. So as it turns out, the Leonardo accessories weren't made for Mondo Gecko, so those don't really want to stay in his hand very well. And if you want to stick it in his left hand, you'll have to get through the plastic overrun first. But here they are, the two swap head freaks holding one of their weapons, which is good enough. Hey, I got one of Mondo Negator's legs popped out, so maybe I can stand him a little without his tail that doesn't ever want to go in properly. This guy is still a big piece of crap when it comes to standing properly. There, that's something, I guess. These are cheap copies of real figures with the wrong heads. One purposely done to make a new character of sorts, but the other is just done either due to error or lack of proper parts to fully form a Michelangelo or Raphael. Limbs pop off extremely easily. The Mondo Negator's head seems to commonly pop off even in the card. And the fact it seems impossible to actually get the reworked tail to pop in isn't very impressive. The paint jobs and plastic seams are a bit sloppy, though I'd say Mondo Negator has a bit more effort as far as that goes. 3. There's no creativity in the turtle since it's just a straight up bootleg of 2 turtles in one, and the other one's also just a straight up mold copy, but they did pop on a Bucky O'Hare character's head onto a Mondo Gecko and gave it a different color scheme, so I'll give them a 3? Well, Mondo Gecko fused with Al Negator is a really out there idea, and I'd really love to know why they thought to do this. Probably, though, they just had an Al Negator head around and said, hey, let's copy this too and pop it onto one of the TMNT characters' bodies we're already bootlegging. I'm also thinking that this Argentinian TMNT line is probably one of the few to ever bother bootlegging the pizza face figure. The turtle fusion is also kinda odd too. 8. Well, it's all bootleg copies of Michelangelo and Raphael's cards with varying degrees of success. Sometimes it seems they misalign something during their copying process, creating a doubling effect on the picture. A lot of the characters' names haven't been bothered with, so they just get blanked out inconsistently. And while they did this blanking for Donatello, they just left Raphael on the Leonardo card. But then, oddly, they actually added a name on some cards, like putting Soldier on the Foot Soldier card. The bubbles are just stapled on, and the plastic is quite garbagey, with it pulling off and cracking on most cards. 1. These are quite low-grade copies of original figures, but hey, they aren't Turtles fighters, so they're not the worst out there. 3. And the bootleg zones overall is 7! Even though these are quite crap, I'm going this high on the overall because of the funny Mondo Negator combo and the amusingly poor aspects of some of these copies.
Enough of the good guy routine! This season, turtles get tough! Damn a bunga! Ho-ho! Ow! The edge, dude! Yeah, you're coming off like a bit of a tryhard there, Raphaelangelo. Shut the hell up, you idiots! It's my arch nemesis! Mondo Gecko!
My tail won't stay on and I have to pee.
I just want you to know, stealing my body for this is not cool, man.
I'm completely original. How dare you? Watch Bucky O'Hare.
What the shit? That's our competition! You shut up! I believe that's my line! I'm the new angry one! Try hard. You know what, dude? I'm sick of being ripped off like this. So you know what? That's right. I'm calling in Monster Mike.
I don't think that's a good idea, Michelangelo.
Shut up, Turtles Fighter Leo! Who invited you? I don't give a shit about Monster Mike! I'm the new power around here! Michelangelo, I know we've been rivals for like 2 seconds, but I don't think this is a great idea. Oh, wait, never mind, he fell over. Get him!
You underestimate the power of Monster Mike.
I should be dead. Wait, was that seriously it? Did we just win, Mondo Negator? Well, Michelangelo, let's not wait around to find out. We won! Run! Hey, Mikey, if you're gonna go as low as to call in Turtles fighters on this, why didn't you get the weird albino one? He stinks too much, dude. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to scoop April on these swamp-head idiots. Oh, yeah, you really got me on this one, Vernon. Swamp-head idiots. What a great story. You have fun running with that one.
Vernon, what the hell kind of story is this? Swamp-head idiots? You idiot!
Oh,